This is TLC to go.
Have you noticed how our classrooms are changing? Especially, in health sciences. They feel richer, more diverse.
Definitely. It's a really positive evolution, I think.
It is.
Yeah.
But it also means we need to adapt how we teach, right?
Exactly. Our strategies need to keep pace.
So today, we're doing a deep dive into something really vital. Understanding and, maybe more importantly, effectively supporting our English language learners, our ELLs, in health professions programs.
A crucial topic.
And guiding us today, we've got some fantastic insights from the University of Tennessee Health Science Center's Teaching and Learning Center, UTHSC's TLC. They're a great resource for faculty.
They really are.
So for you, our listeners, you dedicated health sciences faculty, our goal here is simple. Pull out those key insights, those practical strategies, those tools you can actually use.
Yeah, tools to build those genuinely inclusive, effective learning environments for all students.
Exactly, because ultimately, this isn't just, about grades. It's about getting future healthcare professionals ready for the diverse patient populations they will encounter.
Couldn't agree more. It connects directly to real-world practice.
Okay, so let's jump in.
Great. It's interesting how quickly this moved from maybe a niche concern to something really central for effective teaching.
Right.
The whole landscape of higher ed and definitely health professions, it's genuinely transforming. We're seeing this steady, significant rise in students entering our programs who, well, they bring diverse language backgrounds with them.
And it's not just a blip on the radar, is it? This feels like a real demographic shift.
Oh, absolutely. Bergay and others pointed this out back in 2018. They noted this increase is really fueled by a couple of things. Increases in immigration, sure, but also more international students choosing U.S. campuses for their studies.
So it reflects that bigger picture, our sort of interconnected world.
Precisely. And if we zoom out a bit, think about the implications. Supporting ELLs better in their education, it has this ripple effect. It goes way beyond just the classroom.
How so?
Well, we're not just helping them succeed academically, we're actively shaping the future of healthcare delivery. Think about the communication demands in clinics today. They're intense.
Yeah, no kidding.
A doctor explaining a complex diagnosis, a nurse giving detailed discharge instructions, a pharmacist counseling on meds. For an ELL student, mastering that specialized high-stakes language is, well, it's paramount.
That's so true. Clear communication, empathetic communication. It's not optional in patient care. It's fundamental.
Exactly.
And if our future professionals learn early on how to navigate diverse communication styles, understand cultural nuances, adjust their language, make sure they're clear, that's a huge win.
A massive win for patient safety, for outcomes for everyone. But here's where it gets a bit more urgent, maybe a little sobering. Lacoste and their co-authors found in 2020 that, and I'm quoting here, ESL students are a growing but underserved population whose academic needs are not being met.
Wow. Underserved. That's a strong statement. It suggests a real gap.
It does, and it makes us ask, well, what does underserved actually look like day to day in a health professions program?
Right. It's probably not obvious neglect.
No, usually not. It's often more subtle. A lack of tailored strategies, maybe not enough specific resources. It could mean an ELL student struggles with the unwritten rules of a research paper, or they misinterpret a subtle clinical question, or maybe they just feel isolated without language support.
I see. So it really highlights the need for us as faculty to move past just being aware and into proactive, targeted action.
That's the key. Proactive action. Recognizing those often invisible barriers.
Okay, so let's pivot to that, the actionable stuff. What can faculty listening right now actually do to make their learning environments more inclusive, more effective for these students?
Well, a really foundational place to start, and it's something we sometimes just assume everyone gets, is clarity in assignments.
Yes. Seems simple, but maybe not always.
We've all seen that student look totally lost staring at an assignment prompt, even one we thought was perfectly clear. But for ELLs, that confusion can hide layers of linguistic, maybe cultural misunderstanding that as native speakers, we just don't even see. Lom really dug into this in 2018. It's not just about handing out instructions.
Because of that.
Yeah, it's about explicitly clarifying the purpose, the real goal. What are you really asking the student to show you or learn?
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Moving beyond the what to the why, how does that help an ELO student specifically, like with a case presentation?
Great example. So instead of just saying, present this case, you clarify the why. Okay, the purpose here is for you to practice integrating diagnostic information with the patient's history. I want to set a clinical reasoning process. Show me how you get from A to B to a treatment plan and justify those steps.
Okay, much clearer.
And then, especially for an ELL student, you might even break down clinical reasoning process further, step by step. Anticipate where language or cultural assumptions might cause confusion. Be really explicit.
That's fantastic. It's like teaching the genre of health science communication, not just the content.
Exactly. And along those lines, providing sample papers, incredibly helpful.
Oh yeah, for everyone, probably.
Definitely. But for ELLs, seeing an anonymized example of a successful care plan or a research proposal or even just a clinical note in your specific course or field, it bridges that gap.
Between abstract instructions and concrete reality.
Right. It demystifies the structure, the tone, the level of detail, all those things native speakers often pick up implicitly. It shows them what success looks like right here, right now.
That makes sense. And for those bigger high-stakes assignments where precision really matters, offering chances for multiple drafts sounds like it would be almost essential.
Oh, absolutely indispensable. Think about it. A future pharmacist writing complex medication instructions. A medical student articulating a diagnosis in grand rounds.
Yeah, the words matter a lot.
Precisely. Word choice can impact patient safety, professional credibility. Expecting perfection on the first try, especially from an ELL who's juggling new medical terms and academic writing conventions, it's just not fair, really.
Setting them to fail, potentially.
Multiple drafts give them space to practice, get targeted feedback on content and language, and really hone those communication skills, which are core skills for any health pro.
Absolutely. Okay, so beyond specific assignments, there's this broader skill set, academic literacy. What does that involve in health sciences?
Yeah, this is really foundational. It's the intellectual toolkit they need. Loom talked about this back in 2015. She stressed enabling students to learn how to locate, interpret, and evaluate relevant sources, and to summarize, synthesize, and critique research findings.
Okay, and in health sciences, that translates to things
Like evaluating new clinical trial data, critiquing an established treatment protocol, synthesizing evidence to create a patient-centered plan, really critical tasks.
Right. And those aren't skills people are just born with. So you're saying faculty should actually design assignments to teach these skills, make them explicit learning goals.
Exactly that. Don't just assume they'll pick it up. Scaffold it. Guide them.
How would that look?
Well, instead of just saying, write a lit review, maybe break it down. Step 1, find 3 peer-reviewed articles on X. Step 2, summarize the main arguments and methods. Step 3, critique the strengths and weaknesses, considering relevance to, say, a U.S. clinical setting.
Breaking it down into manageable steps makes sense.
Yeah. And while we're talking support, we absolutely have to mention campus resources. ELL students really benefit when they proactively use these services.
That's a good point. We might assume students know about them, but maybe not.
Or they might feel intimidated or unsure what's offered.
So just pointing them towards, say, the Office of Student Success at UTHSC, that can be a really helpful first step for faculty.
Definitely. And maybe briefly explaining what they offer. These offices often provide things like personalized academic coaching, writing support that specifically focuses on academic English and scientific writing.
Things directly relevant to ELL needs.
Right. And also time management, study strategies, things that might differ culturally. They can even help with navigating the cultural adjustments of studying here. Faculty putting a quick note in the syllabus or a brief announcement in class, it can make a huge difference.
It sounds like a really holistic approach, classroom strategies, plus leveraging the wider campus support.
That's the idea.
Okay, so for faculty listening who are thinking, right, I want to learn more, dig deeper, where should they go?
We'll start with the source of some of these insights, the UTHSC Teaching and Learning Center, the TLC. It's an outstanding resource hub for faculty.
Right, it's not just a place, it's a whole ecosystem of support.
Exactly. They offer so much. Practical webinars, a big online TLC library full of evidence-based stuff, programs like Teach Well, Learn Well.
Yeah, I've seen their workshop library too. And resources on academic technologies, tech tips. It's all geared towards empowering faculty, a really comprehensive setup.
And for those who like the evidence, the why behind the strategies, the TLC resources often point to that key research we mentioned.
Like Burgay et al., on unlocking potential.
And Lacoste et al. On social belonging and STEM outcomes. Very relevant.
And definitely Lum's work from 2015 and 2018 that really gets into the nitty-gritty of academic literacy and the specific challenges for ESL students in health fields.
It provides that granular detail. And then there's the National Institute for Literacy on Healthcare Career Pathways for a broader view.
So these aren't just dusty papers on a shelf.
Not at all. They offer solid, evidence-based practices you can adapt and use. They help you understand the why behind the how.
That's great, bridging research and practice. And the UCHSC TLC website itself, especially their English language learners page, sounds like the perfect starting point. Just kind of curates all this.
Exactly. It's a gateway. It pulls together these resources and points you towards even more, all tailored for health sciences faculty. A great tool for continuous learning.
Perfect. So that's the place to start exploring further. Reflecting on all this, it really highlights the crucial role that you, the faculty listening, play.
It really does.
You're absolutely essential in creating these supportive, inclusive environments for ELLs. It's more than just being welcoming. It's about strategically equipping them, giving them the tools they need to succeed.
And connecting it back to that bigger picture. When we do this well, we're preparing all our future healthcare professionals better.
How so?
We cultivate a workforce that's more resilient, more culturally competent, and ultimately just way more effective at serving the diverse needs of our communities, which means better patient outcomes for everyone.
That's the ultimate goal, isn't it? Which leads us perfectly to our final thought for you today, something to reflect on. Given this growing diversity in our classrooms, in our clinics, what else can we do? Individually, institutionally, what additional steps can we take to make sure all learners aren't just supported, but are truly thriving? And how does that ultimately enrich patient care?
That's a powerful question to ponder.
Definitely something to think about after this deep dive ends. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And we hope you'll continue to join us for other deep dives, uncovering essential insights for your professional growth.